What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 1 battle for the APA Academy. Today we are facing off against the Sacramento Nidokings, coached by It's, and I really don't like our matchup. I think Scolipede kind of just runs through me, but he didn't bring Scolipede, so thank God. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this team. And so here's the thing. If you guys saw the draft analysis, Panther actually drafted this team, with the exception of Illumise. He actually exchanged that. I exchanged Dugong for Illumise because I want another defogger, another fighting resist as well, and Illumise fit the bill. But he built a team of 6 that I actually used part of, and I used 3 of them were actually my own creation, and then 3 and I guess pretty much 3 minus 1 move were his creation. So it's a team that's kind of built by both of us in a way. But yeah, it's a really fun team, I think, and we got a lot of big threats for this game. So let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, our opponent has a team of MEWTWO, Scolipede, MattOshea with Z-moves, Empoleon, Entei with Z-moves, Mudsdale, Galvantula, Zoroark with Z-moves, Cofagrigus, Chestnut, Chansey, and Mega Sceptile. Our team is Ho-Oh, Tapu Koko with Z-moves, Aegislash, Mega Latios, Dugtrio with Z-moves, Amoonguss, Miltank, Seismitoad, Hawlucha, Bisharp, and Illumise. Now, I'm kind of concerned about this game. Like I said, Scolipede is terrifying. Before I continue, though, I forgot to mention, if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video, or wait till the end of the video if you guys did actually enjoy it. Anyways, Scolipede is terrifying. It's a really strong mon against my team because of its Bug Stab. Look at my team. Bug Stab is very scary. Our Ho actually resists Bug. Amazing, but it gets Rock Slide, and Life Orb Rock Slide is very scary. I can live Rock Slide from a Scolipede, but still, if he gets up a Swords Dance, I probably lose the game. It's a very scary mon for me to deal with, and he actually didn't end up bringing it, so thank God. Now let's go ahead and we'll get into the team that we could have brought to this game. So to start off, we have our Ho-Oh here. We have Rainbow, the Ho-Oh. It was going to be shiny, but unfortunately I can't be shiny. I don't know why I can't be shiny. Breeding process, sorry about that. But anyways, so it is a Choice Scarf Ho-Oh. Very fun set. We are running Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Earthquake, and Defog. Really, all I need is Brave Bird and Sacred Fire, and I'm good. Such a good combination. We actually have Speed for Mega Sceptile with our Scarf, of course. Our Stab is all I really need, but again, EQ could help with the Entei and the Empoleon. We have Defog as a failsafe, and our defense so we never die to a non-boosting Scolipede's Rock Slide. Very important. Our next mon is going to be our Hawlucha here with the Electric Seed, running Acrobatics, Drain Punch, Swords Dance, and Roost. Very good set. We are Adamant Natured. I believe our HP is so we're never O-code by +2 Life Orb Adamant Scolipede. +2 Life Orb Adamant Scolipede's Poison Jab after the +1 boost from our Electric Seed in the defense. And our speed is for Scarf Mewtwo at +2. We also have speed for Adamant Entei at neutral. So if he decides for an Adamant Entei, he will never outspeed me. I can go for High Jump Kick, or not High Jump Kick, Drain Punch rather, and get the KO on it before popping my Electric Seed. Our next mod is going to be our Coco, which is Farium Z. We are Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Dazzling Gleam, and U-Turn. I'm U-Turn here because the Mudsdale is very scary here, so I don't want to worry about the going for Volt Switch. Unfortunately, Grass Knot will guarantee a KO. He probably could be Rindoberry as well, which is very scary, so I don't really know how I want to play around that thing. It's just going to be a tough mod for us to beat, especially if it has Rest, but we do have our Coco with Terrain, so we can't Rest in Terrain. Like I was saying, I was debating the Pixie Plate or the Farium Z because I really want to make sure I could either save my Z move for something else down the line, but I decided to go with the Z Dazzling Gleam to do more damage as a nuke instead of just doing more damage consistently overall with Dazzling Gleam, and we have max speed here for the Mewtwo. Our next mod is going to be the first mod that is built by Panther. It's actually a mod I did want to bring to this game. The last 3 mods were mods I wanted to bring. I think only one of them would have made the final team though, and that is going to be the Aegislash here. We have Sir Robert, our Aegislash with leftovers. Pretty much a very similar set to how I want to run it. A very defensive set, a very bulky set, but at the same time with Swords Dance. And it was just a mod that I really want to bring because it helps with the Mewtwo a lot. We are running a Shadow Sneak, Swords Dance, King Shield, and Sacred Sword Aegislash here with a little bit of attack, but mostly we're invested in HP and defense. And this set is basically meant to set up a Swords Dance and just kind of sweep with Shadow Sneak or Sacred Sword if I'm going up against the Chansey. Our next mod is going to be our Arena Trapping Focus Sash Dugtrio with the Jolly Nature. We have Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Stealth Rock, and originally Panther had Memento. I changed that for Toxic so I can Toxic the Mudsdale, really wear it down to the point where I can get in range of my Coco's Grass Knot. That is the play here. Our speed, we have 196 speed and a Jolly Nature. I believe Dugtrio reaches 120 speed, so I think this is speed for an unboosted Scolipede. Could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Our next mod is going to be our Bisharp here. We are Choice Scarf, max speed, max attack with a Jolly Nature. This allows us to reach 100 and, or one, yeah, I think it's 195, or I don't know, it's whatever 1 point above Mewtwo and Coco's max speed is. So unfortunately, we won't outspeed a Sceptile that's obviously not, that has a decent amount of speed, but we should be able to be fine against it. We should speed tie if it's creeping my Coco, which is, I guess, kind of what I'm expecting. But again, he'd have to land like a Focus Blast to get the KO on me, or go for an Earthquake or something. I don't think he'd run a physical set with Low Kick. So yeah, but we have a Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Pursuit, so triple stab, and then Iron Head makes that quadruple stab, and we are defined. So if he goes for a Defog against us, if he goes for Intimidate or whatever, or just, you know, anything like that, we could get back a +2 in our attack and just really start nuking things with stab, knockoff, stab, sucker punch, stab, Iron Head, whatever it may be. But anyways, that's our team. Let's go ahead and get into the battle and what he brought. So his team that he brought is going to be the Empoleon, the Entei, Cofagrigus, Mega Sceptile, Mewtwo, and Mudsdale. Very different than I expected. I definitely expected the Cofagrigus, Mewtwo, and Mudsdale. I thought they were amazing brings. I'm surprised the Manaphy and the Scolpy didn't come. And the last mon, honestly, the Entei or the Empoleon or even the Sceptile, they could have come, but I didn't expect all three of them at all. So very different team. And I kind of asked him right away, said, is it first turn Mega because I'm new? And he said, no, it's not. So I was thinking, oh my god, he could be Unburdened Sceptile. That would be very scary. That'd be a really good counter to my Hawlucha. So we gotta watch out for that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna lead off here with my Doug trio. My plan is to hopefully leads off with the Mudsdale. I can trap it, go for Toxic as he goes for Rocks. I can then go for an Earthquake, and I can get on my own Rocks, and we could be fine. That's kind of my play here. But I'm gonna go ahead and lead off with Owen. My Doug trio is named Owen because Alolan Doug trio looks like Owen Wilson, so I just said, you know what, Owen, I'm gonna call it that. I don't have a good nickname for it, so if you have a good Doug trio nickname, let me know. But then comes the Empoleon here. I'm going to go with the Earthquake first, and the Earthquake should bring it down pretty low. I'm thinking it might be Sashed, but I'm expecting to go for a Rock here, just to make sure he gets that up against my team. He wants to make sure Ho doesn't have, is dealing with Rocks at all times, so he does get up his Rocks. At this point, I'm predicting to go for the Aqua Jet or maybe the Skull, so I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch here. He can't escape. I can't imagine the only other move is our non-attacking moves. It's probably Defog and Rocks, so Sucker Punch is clean. It goes off, and we get the KO. Our Sash is still intact, and we get the first KO of the season. In comes the Mudsdale though, and again, my play here is go for the Toxic, so I'm going to fire off a Toxic here. We are going to land, thankfully, because this thing is now on a timer, and I can get my Rocks, so we both have to deal with Rocks for the rest of the game, as he can just go for a free Earthquake. And Earthquake, even from a non-invested Mudsdale, will bring me down to my Sash. Dugtrio has no bulk at all, so Dugtrio will go down to its Sash, but we did its job. It's done its job very well. It's gone up Rocks, and, well, it will have gone up Rocks soon, and we'll have Toxic the Mudsdale. So the Mudsdale is slowly losing HP. If it wants to get rid of that Toxic, it's going to have to go for Rest, so very important. I'm really happy I swapped out Mento for Toxic now. So Rocks go up, and this is very important so we can chip down potential Sashes, really wear down his team, especially the Cofagrigus, because I do want to make sure that I can get the KO on it later on with my Hawlucha, even through the Mummy. He goes for the Earthquake here. He gets the KO, so we are now down to 5-5, but his Mudsdale is slowly losing HP. At this point, I really don't know what I want to do. I don't know how I want to handle this. So my plan is I'm going to go into my Coco here, and I'm thinking I want a U-turn. A Grassium Z should get the KO on this Mudsdale, but I'm not Grassium Z, I'm Fairyum Z. So if I was electric, if I'm not electric Z, if I was Expert Belt, maybe what is it called? Maybe a Grass Knot would have gotten the KO, but I don't know. He ends up going to his Sceptile though, which is amazing. I did not expect that at all, and I ended up going for the U-turn here just to try and get some ship. I was going to go into my my Bisharp and sack that off, but instead I can now go into my Bisharp and scare this thing out. So I'm going to go into the Bisharp here. I didn't feel like it was the right time to bring in my Ho-Oh because the Mudsdale was still around. So I'm going to go into my Bisharp here, and I'm going to click Knockoff. So I'm going to go for the Knockoff, and I hope you guys like my Bisharp nickname. Anyways, he's going to switch out here. Wish I went for the Pursuit a bit, but not a big deal because he brings in the Mudsdale. And Mudsdale is going to be hit pretty hard with the combination of Rocks, Toxic, and Knockoff. It's going to be taking big damage. So I go for the Knockoff here. We knock off his Rocky Helmet actually as he gets the stamina boost. I'm a bit ahead of myself, but we do knock off the Rocky Helmet, and I can now go for another knockoff here, and I kind of like hoping just don't go for rest, don't go for rest, don't go for rest. I go for the knockoff here, and hoping that it KOs, or that it doesn't go for the rest. It doesn't get the KO. He gets another stamina boost, and look at this, he's going to go for the rest, but he's in electric terrain. We actually both forgot about this, so really nothing that I should forget about, but I did forget about it during the game, but thankfully it didn't affect us too much. It affected him a lot, as I go for another knockoff, and we get the KO, so goodbye Mudsdale. That's huge. This thing was such a huge threat, and now my Coco can just basically come in on everything and kind of go for a game on whatever. He goes to the Entei here. I'm going to go for the knockoff. The only way he outspeeds us and KOs is if he goes for a Scarfed Sacred Fire, or a Scarf like Stomping Tantrum, I guess, I don't know. But I'm going to go for the knockoff here. He took 25% from the Stealth Rocks, and we are going to do a clean bit of damage to him as he reveals to be a Z move. So he doesn't have an item on his thing, on his Entei, that would boost damage outside of the Z move. I don't know if it's going to be Fire EMZ, I don't know if it's going to be Normalium Z for extreme speed, I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know, Rockium Z or Groundium Z, I have no idea, but this Entei is still very, very scary to deal with. I'm going to go with my Coco though, because Coco will live. Any extreme speed he goes for will outspeed him regardless, outside of extreme speed obviously, and Thunderbolt will be able to get the KO for us. So I go for the Thunderbolt as he goes for an extreme speed, does a decent chunk of damage to us, we're at just about half, just a bit under that, and I can now go for the T-Bolt and get the KO. So goodbye Entei, and I believe the game is now 3-3 if I'm not mistaken. So, or is it 4-3? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure, no, it's 4-3, definitely, 4-3. So he's going to go to the Sceptile here. I'm going to go, I believe, and just sack this thing off. I really don't have a play outside that. Sorry about that. You saw my laptop being, the brightness being lowered. So, anyways, Sceptile comes out, and I'm just going to go for a U-turn here. He's going to be able to go with the Energy Ball. I'm hoping I let this hit. I definitely won't, though. He's going to have, like, no offense to be able to even have a prayer to let this hit. But we drop, so goodbye, Coco. But it's fine. It did its job. Got a KO on the Entei, and it set the terrain for our Hawlucha, which lives any hits right now, except for Hidden Power Electric. If he goes for Hidden Power Electric, I lose. If he doesn't, I go for Swords Dance here, and I pretty much guarantee a win. And when I say pretty much, I mean it's almost completely guaranteed. So I go for the Swords Dance here. He goes for Dragon Pulse. We live this hit unless he goes for he gets a crit on this thing. Does he get the crit? Does he KO us? No, he doesn't. We live on 19. We were so close to dropping there. I can go for Acrobatics and get the KO on this thing. I don't know why he didn't sack it off. Actually, I kind of do know why. Because if he had gone into his Cofagrigus, he wouldn't have survived the next Acrobatics as well. So it would have been a kind of a sketchy situation. I still had the Shadow Sneak in the back with my Aegislash. So I'm going to go for the Acrobatics here, as he can just go for any offensive move and get the KO on me. We're not immune to anything other than ground, and he shouldn't have a ground move. So he's going to be able to go for the Shadow Ball here after getting the Mummy on us, and he'll be able to get the KO. So Cofagrigus will get the KO on our Hawlucha, but it's fine. I can go into my Ho here. Now, I was debating, do I go Ho, do I go Aegislash? What's the plan? I am not guaranteed to get the KO on this thing, and based on the damage and the potential for him to still have an item, he could have the Casa Berry, which is the Ghost Reduction Berry. So I didn't feel safe going for a Swords Dance. I did not feel safe going for a Shadow Sneak straight up. So I felt like I had to go into my Ho here and just click the Scarf Braybird. So that's what I'm going to do here. Obviously, I would love to click Sacred Fire instead, but Braybird is my better play because it can't miss. And, well, yeah, we're going to land, and we'll be able to kill the Cofagrigus, and unfortunately we're going to lose Mummy, and because of that, or not Mummy, Regenerator, and because of that, and the Recoil, we cannot come in on rocks anymore, but it's fine. We have our Ho, and we have our Aegislash left. We have our 2 Ubers against his 1 Uber being the Mewtwo, and we outspeed because we are Scarfed, so if he's Scarfed, he's going to have to go for a non-fire move. He's probably going to have to go for a Psychic move or a Shadow Ball or something. If he does that, then we should be able to get 2 hits off. Anyways, or no, no, definitely not. But it's pointless. He's not Scarfed, so because of that, we will outspeed, go for a Braver, and this does a clean chunk of damage to him. That's amazing. And he's gonna be able to go for the Stone Edge here. He's going to land it here. Not the end of the world. I mean, I really expect him to run Stone Edge. I want to run Chardy Berry at first, but I think Scarf was the better bet. But I can go to Sir Robert now, or Aegislash, and this is a very important turn because the game's not over. From this damage, if he is a very bulky Mewtwo with the Casa Berry, he will live a Shadow Sneak, or he could live a Shadow Sneak. I don't know if he will, though. If he is a Casa Berry set, I have to go for Swords Dance here. But my worry is him going for a Sub or a Recover. So I feel like I have to go for my Shadow Sneak here and hope I get the KO. So that's what I do. I go for the Shadow Sneak here. Am I going to get the KO here? Stand Strains activates. We have priority here with our Shadow Sneak. Are we going to get the KO? We only have 60 EVs in attack. Are we going to get it? We do have 150 in terms of our base attack stat. Do we get the KO here? Shadow Sneak comes out. We get the KO, and we win our Week 1 game of the AP Academy 1-0 in a very thrilling and back-and-forth game against ITS. So, wow. Thank God it's over, because that was a stressful game. It was a tough game. It was stressful. We weren't in the greatest spot. I'm very surprised he didn't bring the Scolipede. I think it definitely could have replaced the Sceptile. It could have replaced the Entei even. But I understand it as well. He was kind of worried about the Seismitoad and a couple of my other threats. But it's not the end of the world. We do end up picking up a win here next week. Who do we play next week? I think we play JB Westside. But yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're doing amazing things here as we're ending off the era of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, preparing for Sword and Shield. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.